Hello everyone, Grandma's DIY again. Do you remember this what we made some time ago? See how pretty it is? I put little windows in it. Now we're going to make this to go inside of it. Dollhouse, furniture, dollhouse, chair, and maybe a little doll. I knew you would like it, so we're going to have a good time here. Here we go. Now the tools you may need, and you may already have these tools. Excuse me, I bumped it. I have a miter. This right here for cutting wood. And I have this also for the things that I need to just cut. Also, like the pieces of wood I need to cut. Okay. Now, I do have this piece of wood, which you can buy anywhere. And I had to measure it because this is for the table. And this one I cut for the chair. Okay. Now, these little discs you can find anywhere. It comes in boxes. Sometimes it comes, just perfume or something. It's just a little disc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little disc and we're going to start with a chair and I'm going to cover it. Okay, so you're going to have to make sure you measure it out. And you want to cover the whole thing if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just cover what you can cover. I'm going to put it in the middle because this is just a small piece of a small piece that you use to make squares with, that you use. You can buy it in a pack, which I always have these everywhere because I do buy them in packs. Okay, so we're going to cover this. Let me make sure you can see this. I'm going to put the glue on here, put it down like that, and then I'm going to just put a little glue on the top, or on the top of this. That'll work too. And then you're just going to cover it. You're going to just turn it over like so. Just cover it. Put a little glue, more glue on here so I can cover it. You can make slits. That's to your discretion. I'm just going to cover it. That's all I'm going to do. And if the glue dries fast, just put some more glue on it. That's fine. Okay? Just here. Just cover it like this and cover it. Okay? You're going to hold it a little bit so that it could cover. And this is your chair. This is the bottom of your chair right here. Let's put a little bit more glue on here so it can stay. Let's get it down there. There you go. Okay, so you have that. This is the chair we're making right here. See this little chair? See? Bottom. We'll make this the bottom. This one we'll make the top. So we're going to have to do another little disc. We're going to make sure this one, because you want it to be covered all the way. So I don't know if I'm going to cut this or not. I may not, because I want it, like I said, I want it to cover it all the way. So I might just do it this way and just trim the edges so it could be round. Okay. Or maybe I just do it this way. Okay, let's see what we can do here. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and cover this. And we have to put more glue down to cover that. Be very careful of your fingers, guys. Okay. Now we are going to take the scissors and we're going to trim it. Okay. Trim it where it's rounded. Like this. Because we are going to put a trim on it. Okay. So you just trim it. That's all you're doing. Just trimming it to make it go round. Okay. Just trimming it all the way around. Gonna get this trimmed up real good and nice and pretty. Okay. Okay, we're gonna just make sure we got it trimmed all the way around. Now, I do have this trim here. See this chair? See how it's done? Okay. My little chair doesn't want to sit properly because I see it's kind of wobbly here. I may have to put more glue on that to fix it. Okay, so this trim I've had forever also. A lot of things here I've had, but I never knew what to do with it. I didn't want to embellish it on clothing because I didn't think it looked that good. So, and besides, you have to glue it because of the way it's made. Okay? So, we're going to take and we're going to glue it onto this. Going to glue it like so. And in a round corner. Make sure it looks really well. It sits right between like that. See? Okay. I haven't cut anything off yet because of I'm still trying to trim it. Still trying to make it fit nicely. So this is how you do it. I'm also going to show you how to make a table because you have to have a table and a bed. So we're going to just trim it on around. And then I'm going to cut it, but I'm not going to overlap it, guys. No, I'm not going to overlap it. I just want it to fit. If it overlaps, it overlaps. But I'm just trying to make it fit, okay? you go. And you have your bottom. You have your back of your chair right there. Now we're going to do the same thing for your top. We have to make sure it's going to go all the way around. So you may have to cut off these little edges here, like that. Okay, just cut it off. There you go. This is the bottom of your chair. We're going to do the same as we did with the other one. Make it fit. See? Okay. Pull it all the way around. There we go. You're making like a little disc. Looks like a little drum. Is what you're doing. Okay. And you're going to pull it all the way around. Try not to get your glue to overlap here. And then you're going to cut it. Like I said, we're trying not to overlap it. We're trying to make it meet. Okay, there you go. There's your little disc. Get rid of these strings here. There's your disc. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. Because now we have to put our chair together. Now you're going to put your section, your chair, with this. Right here. See, you're making it fit. Now the reason why you don't want this to overlap is because it causes a little bump there. So if you have to go back in and cut that off, just cut it off. Now you're going to take this and you're going to glue it like that. See? Let's glue it on. Be sure and do the part like this with this. And you're just going to glue it on. Make sure it sticks. Just hold it down for a few seconds. Turn it. You know it's sticking. See? Sticking on there. Now what you could do, if you think it may come apart, is you could put a stick there. A small stick to hold it more in place. Here I didn't. See, it's just small disc. There you go. Now, you take that stick and you measure how short you think you want your chair to be. Okay, so we're going to put these little legs on there. Make sure this is stuck down below. Okay. Now you're going to put your leg here and one here. Now, if you think this is going to be a little bit offset and it's going to be not some pieces long and some pieces short, you can always come back and with your Dremel or with your whatever you may have. Let's see, make sure we get this right, because you don't want this to be wrong. Make sure you got it correct here. Okay? Sometimes I think it'd been better if you put the legs on first. Then you know how it's gonna sit. Okay? Here you go. Your little chair, your legs. Now, my legs are a little bit off. So you can take it and hold the leg in place. If they're a little bit higher than they should be, and just sand it. Sand it down. You can use a little sanding tool if you don't have a Dremel to sand it down. To even everything out, okay? Because you want to even it out. You don't want it to be bigger than it's supposed to be. Even it out. You're just going to even it out. That's all you're going to do. Just even it out, and you have your little chair. Okay? Now, this little chair has arms. So, what we're going to do is we take a small this, and we get a piece of fabric, another square inch. Here. You're going to take this and you're going to roll it. Okay? You're going to roll it so you can make your arms. Because your arms are going to be cut in half. See? They're going to be cut in half. So, you're going to just put a little piece there. You're going to roll it. You're going to go ahead and put that on there. It's okay that the chairs fall back, because I want you to see this. You're just going to roll it. See? Just roll it. You're going to make sure it's kind of tight when you roll it, okay? Just roll it real tight, like this, okay? Then you're going to put your glue here at the end. Like that. And you're just going to keep rolling it to make it tight. Roll it like that. See? This little tip you don't need. So you're just going to cut that off. You can use your scissors or whatever, because it's really thin. It's really, really thin, so it's easy to cut. Now, the best thing to do is to measure it to make sure everything is right, okay? To make sure you got the right pieces. Okay, so You're going to make sure this is half is what you want. So we're going to turn it over here. Okay, so a half of this, 2.5, makes 1.5. So there's your 1. And then you're going to go a half. Okay, because it's 2.5. See, 2.5. So you're going to go 1.5. So it should go right down the middle. But let's just make sure. We're going to pull this to the 1. And it says 3.5. So we're going to put, we need to halfen it right here. 2.5. To make it even. I do keep my pen near me. Okay, so this is 3.5. You're going to go here because we want to halfen it. So we're going to go 2.5, 2.5, right there. And it should be even. Okay, we'll put the ruler to the side. If you have these, use them. If not, scissors will do. And that should be half. And the reason why I say scissors would do, because you have to cut fabric. And that doesn't cut fabric. That's only down back fall of that. There you go. You're going to cut the fabric. Now, whoops, I kind of offset. I didn't cut exactly the way it should have been cut. So, I'm going to cut it now to make it even. Okay. Now, I'm going to take just a piece of this here. And I'm going to cut 2 sections because I want to cover those ends. So I'm going to go 1 right here, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay, then I'm going to put that to the side. Now I'm going to take this little section here and I'm going to put it on the end of this. And then I have to even it out after I do it. Now, the best way I've seen to do this is to turn it upside down like that so that you can easily pick it up. 1, 2, 3, where did my other one go? Looks like he decided to run away. I may have to cut another one, which is okay. One of them, sometimes they do pop like that, and you have to cut another one. That's okay. Just cut another one. I see it, though. It went under the chair. Here it is right here. And there's the other one. But I don't need it now because I've already cut another one. Kind of clean the spot up here so that you can have room. See, clean your little area so it could be seen. Okay. Now, I'm going to put a little glue on this end here. See, on this end. And then I'm going to pick it up backwards. See, like that. Then I'm going to put a little glue on this end. And I'm going to do the same thing. Pick it up backwards. Okay, see? Picked up backwards. Going to do the same to this one. pick it up backwards. We are going to trim it now. And I'm going to do it to this end. And I'm going to pick it up backwards. There we go. And it's on there, okay? Now you're going to trim it. Because you want it to be not exactly like that, but a little bit round. And you're just going to cut the little ends. There you go. Turn this around. And you're going to do the same thing here. Okay, see? Now you're going to do it here. And here. Now see, this is a little offset. It's okay. Just pull it back. You may have to put a little glue, more glue on it. You might have to take it off because it is offset. Put a little glue on it. Pick it up. It's better. See? And you're going to have to clean this a little bit. Okay. Now you go to this one. Just okay. Just clean it up. Okay. Just, there you go. Now you have your arms. So you're going to put your arms like this. You're going to just stick them on there so they be here. A little bit low like this one. So you're going to stick your arms here underneath. Let's see. Are these arms the same size? Yes, they are. Okay. So we're going to put glue right here on the side. And you're going to put it here. There's your arms. Arms for your chair. And I think that is a little bit longer than what I originally wanted. So I'm going to take this apart. And I'm going to just cut this down a little bit more because I didn't want it that long. It has to be just right. So I'm going to cut it down a little bit more. There we go. Make sure it's even with this one. There we go. And I'm going to make sure it's even with this one. Okay? Because you don't want your arms too long. You want them just right. So I'm going to cut it down. There we go. So I'm going to have to cut 2 more of these. So here we go. 1. Oops. Wrong scissors. Those scissors are good for cutting, but not cutting fabric, unfortunately. And then 2. Now, where did that one pop to? They love to pop. They love to move. And that's what gets me when they move like that. There it is. And I'm going to turn it upside down like I did the other ones. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to put glue on this because I want my arms to be like, really nice. And going to put this on there. There we go. Then we're going to do this one. And we're going to put it on there. Now this I did practice, guys. Just because you practice don't mean you get it right. Okay. And we're going to just trim these edges so it don't be pointed, because the other one's not pointed, okay? And then we're going to go over here to this one. And we're going to trim it too. We can round this one a little bit more because it's got more on it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to go back and we're going to make sure that this fits. So it will. There we go. So you don't want your arms too long. At least I don't. Okay. So I'm going to put it right here. Like so. Hold it for a few seconds. Okay. Oops. And then I'm going to put the other one right here, even with the other one. Okay. Let's just put it here like this. Has to be even with the other one. Because of that lump right there, it doesn't want to do what I want it to do, so I'm going to have to go down a little, like right there in between, and put it on there. There we go. Hold it for a few seconds, and you have your arms. Okay. Here's your arms, your little arms. Okay. Got your chair. You have 2 chairs. Okay. We're going to put this chair here and this chair here. Okay. Now, we're not finished yet because we have to make a table, which I already made a table. Now, what I used was this, which is a little square piece that comes from this. See this? You can buy this. And it's just a craft stick. Giant wooden craft stick. And you're going to cut it. That's what you're going to do. You cut the middle out and it makes a table. Then you could put your 4 legs on. Okay, here's your table right here. There's your table. See? And they're sitting at the table. And you have your placemats. Here's this. you're going to use this stick again. You're going to measure it. Here you go. And you're going to put it on here. So you're going to put your wooden legs on. Two. Put your little wooden legs on. Like that. And you have your table. There's your table. See? Now, this is from the little squares, which I have a lot of little squares. So you can do your table any way you want it. Your tablecloth any way you want it. You could do it with white, or you could do it with yellow. Let's do yellow tablecloth, shall we? And I'll tell you how big this is. This is a 2.5 by 2.5. 2.5 by 2.5. Okay, now, what I did was next is I just so that it can lap over. So I put it on this way. Because I wanted it to lap over. See, like that. You may have to go back, turn it, lap it over, like that. Turn it this way. Let's do it again. You lap it over. And you go back over here. And you just, like that. And you lap it over again. This makes it look like a tablecloth that just went down, you know, like it's supposed to. There you go. And you have your tablecloth. Okay, it's your tablecloth. Now, in order to get the placemats, I have one of these. I have a stamp. This is a stamper. Okay, bought it years ago at Joann's, of course. And that's what I use to make my little table, my placemats with. Now what I use is the smaller section, the smaller one. The real small one is what I use. And what I do is I take and I cut that little section. I cut this little piece off. Like I say, I use different scissors. I cut this little piece here off. There you go. And then I go ahead and I put this on there. And this is from Scrapbook guys, okay? And I put it on here and hold it down a little bit. This is from Scrapbooking. If anybody scrapbooks, this is the way I use the paper. I don't just use it for scrapbooking. I use it for a lot of things. I even use it to make furniture, because that paper is very thick and it's hard and it's easy to use. Now, as you can see, I made candles. See? And I used my jewelry. That's how I made the candles. But I'm not going to put a candle on this one. Instead, I'm going to put a vase. And let's see what type of vase. Here we go. There's the vase. You can use your jewelry for a lot of things, okay? Doesn't that look like a vase? It does. It looks just like a vase. A really pretty vase. And you can use this as the bottom if you wanted to. See? So you could put this in the middle here. And you could put that there. And you have a vase, a table setting right there in the middle. See? All you have to do is look at your jewelry and see what would look good there. Okay? So, that looks like a vase to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this. And put it right in the middle. Because that's what it looks like, a vase. Right there. And then I'm going to take and put this glue down up in there. Oops, don't want to stay. And I'm going to stick this one right in there, right in the middle of it. And you have your table setting. You can also make that a candle by putting a little wick in it, which is a little piece of string, or a flower. It just depends on what you want to do. Now, I do have something that I could put in it to make it look like a flower right here. See? Right there. And I'm going to put a little dot there. Like that. I didn't even squeeze my gun. And I'm going to put that right there. And now you have a vase. See how pretty that looks? You have a little table setting. So you can swap out your table anytime you want to, see? You can swap it out. Okay. Now, you need some place to sleep, right? I have a bed. I made a bed right here. See? Nice little bed. Nice little thing here. Bed. Now, when you guys are shopping and you buy a purse comes with this. Take it out. It'll make a nice bed. Okay? Let me show you. You have that. I have this. This is my bed. Okay. I need to cover that. This is the fabric I chose, which I've had this fabric forever too. So I'm going to move this. Let's see here. Did I put a, oh, I'm sorry. I put another type fabric on this and then I covered it. But I'm going to do a little different this time, okay? Since it won't be shown, it won't be seen anyway. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to cut this section here. Okay? That's my square fabric. And I'm going to make this bed a little bit different. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cover it. Okay, I'm going to cover it. Like this. Okay, I'm going to cover this. I had to adjust my camera so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. Then I'm going to do this section here. Like that. And then I'm going to pull this down. See how it's going to look? I'm going to pull this down. So when you buy a purse, this is what's in your purse. Don't throw it away. Don't toss it. Use it. Okay, there we go. And this is going to go on your bed. This will go on your bed. See? Your bed's going to go like that. And you have loose ends, but that's okay. This is for the bottom of your bed. 2, 3. This is for the bottom of your bed. And I don't see my fourth one. There. Okay. So we're going to prepare your bed. Let's get this going, okay? 1, 2. Here we go. We're also going to make a headboard. So. That should be it. We want a headboard, so I'm going to use this to make the headboard with. Measure it to make sure the bed's going to sit nice and evenly here. Okay. I'm going to use another one. I have so many of these little blocks. And I got it from Hobby Lobby, and the Dollar Tree has them also. These little blocks. I thought they were pretty cool, because you can use them for a lot of different things. Okay, there's your headboard. This came from the Dollar Tree also. So I decided I would put him on here, because I thought it was kind of cute to have butterfly headboard. There we go. And the other one can go right next to it. There we go. Butterfly headboard. Whoops, he wants to come off. I just melted it with the tip of the gun, guys. That's all I did. Now this piece I got when I was messing around here, so I could put it right here. I could put it like this, or not at all. Probably not at all. Okay, now we have trim. Okay, remember this bed. Okay, it's a nice little bed. We're going to put trim around this. Okay, I'm going to start right here. And you could do this before you put this on here, on the foam, or you could do it afterwards like I'm doing. The decision is yours. And I must express again, guys, watch your fingers. Because I tell you, I get bit every so often. And it doesn't feel good at all. Okay, we're going to just, because if you have trim, use it. Don't let it go to waste. Just use your trim. There we go. And I'm going to turn this around. There we go. And we'll soon be finishing it. I want us to finish this together. That's why I go so slow. Because I know it's a good idea to go slow so that you can get it. You know, because I don't want you to miss any steps. Okay. Let's pull this on over there like this. So we're turning it like if we were sewing or making a quilt or whatever. So we're going to just keep going with it like this. And go on around like that. Okay. And we're going to snip this off. Of course we are. Okay. And we're going to put that to the side. Then we're going to take our little gun and do this. Press it kind of downward, okay? So, oops, it wants to come loose here. If any of it wants to come loose, guys, just re-glue it. It'll be fine. It will be. Now, you're going to be able to put your bed right here. There we go. See how your bed looks? Really nice. Really nice. And there's your finished bed. Okay. Oh, you could turn it around and put this on the outside and put this on the inside. It's up to you how you want your bed to be. Okay? It's up to you. I guess the finished side would go better on that side. And then you're going to glue it into place. Okay? So just glue it into place. There you go. This is your finished bed. And this one sits a little bit higher than the other one. That's okay. I've been in beds that were higher than the other one. So, there we go. And it looks like my fabric is a little higher than the other one too, but that's okay, y'all. So, okay, that is quite all right. That's your finished bed. It's best to have it any way you want it. Now, I did make a pillow for this one. See, it's got a little pillow. Now the pillow is pretty easy to do too, because you're still going to be using the little foam. Protect your surfaces, guys. Protect your surface. This time I started without my white down. Okay, so here's your bed. Here's your pillow. Your pillow is pretty big, so we're going to cut it. So I don't want that pillow that big. So we're going to make sure it's not as big. So we're going to cut it. Only thing about this foam is it will stick to your fingers, okay? So be aware that it will stick. Okay, so you have a little fabric left right here. So we're going to make the pillow. It's best to cut it as much as you can to even it out. If you can even it out. And I think you can, but you don't want it to be where it shows too much of your foam. So you have to kind of judge it. Okay, so I'm going to put this down on here. Like so. And then we're going to cover it like so. Cover both sides. To move that out of the way. Make sure it's here. And you're going to just kind of pull it over like that. Make sure everything's okay here though. Okay, and then just gonna pull it over like this, kind of like a present. Okay, pull it over. Gonna go ahead and get this one together too. Oh, I tell you, the glue. Okay, and then you're gonna pull this one over like so. You're gonna pull that over. Just hold it down in place. If you can. If you can't, let it up. Okay, just pull it over. Like so. You can also put a ribbon on this or something to make it look really, really fancy. And there's your little pillow. So you have your little pillow, which you can use however you want to. Or you don't have to use it at all. Okay? Now we'll show you how to sew little bitty pillows in another video when I get ready to do that. There's your bed. There's your bed. You can color that or leave it like it is. It's up to you how you want to do it. All this is up to you. Okay, it's your little bed. See, I could hook it up right here and put it in closer like the other one. Because this one is in closer. Okay, so you know you could do so much with your bed. This is your bed. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to put it like that so it'll be closer. And I'm going to do the other side like that too, so it'll be closer inside, inward. There we go. And you see the end underneath your bed, and you have your bed right here. Okay, and your pillow. Now, and all of this will fit in there. You have your table settings. You have your bed, your pillows, your table setting made from jewelry. See? Your table settings. And this. We're not finished. We need people. Here's a person. Now, I'm going to put that to the side. This is a person right here. Okay? See? Your little person. So, I just took this and I glued it onto there to just one of the blocks. Okay? Now, I took this flower to make his clothes, to make her clothes. And I'm going to show you how I did that. I just cut this here off. And then I just cut the back side of this flower. Okay, just the petals. I'm just cutting the petals off. Cutting the petals off of it. Because it's hard to get that little piece out of there. So you just have to cut it. Okay. Okay. Cut the little piece out. Okay. Okay. There you go. Now, I took this and I wrapped it around her. Like so. See? Just wrap it around her. So, I glued this. I took it and I wrapped it. And that makes the dress. See? It makes a dress. Then I closed up the back, so I had to do it again. Because I want that back closed up. I did it again. Then I took and I did this so I could get the back closed up here. And it goes back to the front. Okay, I have to make sure this is glued back here so I could pull this all the way around like so. This is the dress. Pull all this off of there. And if it doesn't come off, guys, what you can do is you can always put trim there to make it look good, okay? So don't sweat it if it doesn't come off. Don't sweat it at all, okay? And there's your little section there. But you don't have to do that either because we're going to cover it because we have to make the arms. So what I use is this right here to make arms. So I cut this again, but this time I don't quite cut. I don't want it too long, but I don't want it too short. So I have to kind of measure it. So you can cut it, okay? Right there. Okay. Now you have to measure it to see, and that's a little bit too long, see? It's too long. So we're going to cut it again. We're going to cut it again, like this. Okay, we're going to cut it again, because we got to make these arms not too long. So is this long enough? Yes, it is. It's long enough. Now I'm going to take my Dremel and I'm going to make kind of like a thing here. See? See that? See that right there? And I'm going to do that with this one. See? That. Okay. Then I'm going to glue this onto there. Onto her arm. Onto her thing here. I'm going to glue it. Because that's her arm. Now, the step I forgot, and I should have told you guys to do it first before you put this arm on. I found these little beads. See? These little beads right here. And I'm going to put that on the end of her arm to make it look like a hand, like I did the other one. So, before you do that, glue that little bead on there, okay? Just pick it up like so. Glue that little bead on, okay? Because now I have to do it a different way here. I have to just kind of put this little bead on there. She's going to have to pick it up. There you go. And then I've got to press it in there so it'll stay. Okay, so she's got her little hand on there. See, she's got her hand on there. That's her hand. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to go ahead and put this on there. Got the other arm off. Okay. Now these other petals that I cut are her shoulders. They're going to cover up basically your imperfections. Sleeves are a little bit long, so what you do is you take this and you're going to even it out to make it smaller. There you go. All right. And now we're going to put her sleeves onto her arms like this. Okay? I'm holding it because I know where I want it to go. I'm going to turn it around. And I'm going to do the other side. There we go. The other side. Okay, now I'm going to take this side and I'm going to do it again. But I'm going to hold it so I can see how I want it. So I'm going to hold this side. Like so. So I could put it down where I want it. And take it and peel this off. Press it down like that. And I'm going to turn it around. And I'm going to put that on like that. Here we go. And I'm trying to clean her up a little here. But guys, like I said, if it really gets to you, you can always put a little bow here and maybe some flowers or something down up in here. But here you are. Here's your two people. Your two people. Okay. One's a little bit taller. Put them here. And put this one here. And I'm going to adjust my camera. See? So you can see her. See them. There you go. You have two little people. See? Put her over here. And I'm going to put her over here. Now, let me adjust again so that you can see pretty much the other thing here. This, remember we made this. Okay, let me show you how I'm going to position everything. Okay. Now, this can go here in this corner. I also made this. Now, what I did was I just took a piece of flour and I had this little pot and I just put it in that little pot. Now, let me show you. I have another little pot right here. And I could put this in there and make a little tree, okay? Which you snap that off. You might want to make the tree not as big, but just kind of pretty. So we're going to take some off the bottom because that'll shorten it, okay? And we're going to make a little tree. There we go. And let's take this off too. And we're going to take this little pot and we're going to put some glue in it. Now you can paint this pot if you want to. I just left mine clear. And there's my little tree. Okay, and I made a little tree to go into my pot. Okay, put that aside. Now this can go in here with this. See? And then we have our little table setting, which can go here. Our other little table setting can go here. We could put a chair right here. And we can put the other chair right here. And we could put this one. Don't forget the little pillow goes over here on this side. And then we have our other little bed right here with the pillow. And then we have this on this side. See? You see how beautiful that looks? And that is your dollhouse. Okay, we're not finished yet though, because we have to put our people in. Really? Well, why not? So she can go right there. She's smaller than that, but it's okay. And then she can go right here. But the thing is, we did a dollhouse. See? It's a dollhouse. You can fix it any way you want. It's your dollhouse. You can even put legs on the little people if you want to. It's up to you. But you see, it is the way you want it to be. And this is your dollhouse. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye now.